Hello, this is Brandi Cunningham with Fireside Grace Ministries and Happy and Healthy Living. I am going to go over with you today my favorite products that I found at Whole Foods. And these are for diabetic friendly, some are for keto friendly, if that's your thing. Some are for just healthy living in general. And the rest are for like soy free, lactose free, gluten free, things like that. So I'm going to show you these things that are in our home pretty much all the time. Obviously, some of it's not because it's a little sweeter, and I'll show you an example of that. But Joseph, our youngest son, who is 1, he cannot have milk, soy, whey, strawberries, mangoes, pineapples, coconut, you name it. And he can't have it at this time. And it's really great that we found that out because we've been able to clear up his eczema just by understanding what he's intolerant to and what he can have. So that's been a huge help, a huge blessing because, we were not getting anywhere with creams and all kinds of other things. So we're so thankful for that. So I will be sharing with you things that we have found for him, and I hope that it helps you moms or you who are struggling with the same thing as well. Please like and subscribe to this channel and share for your friends and family that you think this might really help on their grocery outing. Okay, so the first thing is for Jojo, our 1-year-old. He cannot have milk, soy, or whey, or he can't have a lot of wheat. He can do just a little bit of it. So we had to look high and low for a formula or a milk that he could drink that had the necessary vitamins and minerals in it. If you don't know our story about Joseph, he was born prematurely, and I was dying in the ICU with COVID when they took him emergently from a C-section. So he's had a lot of struggles. He's had a feeding tube for 8 months. So God's brought him through so much, but we are still in a battle. So it's really hard for us to get all of his nutrients with food because he can only eat, certain things. And he's at the stage right now where he wants to put everything in his mouth to eat it. He doesn't want you to spoon feed him. He wants to be the one to have finger foods. But because of his choking history and aspiration, we're not quite there yet where we can give him a lot of things. So I don't want him to lack nutrients. So this is a really good supplement for him or to use as his formula. And it's organic almond milk with pea protein. So we love this. He acclimated to it great. I get the lightly sweetened just because he needs the calories. But like 1 cup of this is only 100 calories. So we've been struggling to put weight on him, but doing the best we can. And he is still good per the doctor. So it has 11 grams of carbs per cup. So if you're looking for something for yourself that's lower carb, and then also 10 grams of protein per cup. So that's quite a bit. It only has 7 added sugars. And let's see. It does have locust bean gum, but it is organic. So that's a little bit better, but it's still a preservative to a degree. So we don't particularly care for that. But when you are in the situation we are in, you kind of have to take what you can get. And so this is really the best thing that we have found. So if you have anything alternative that you would like to comment, he can't do oats. He can't do soy or whey or coconut. So this is pretty much what we're left with for the moment until I find something better, but it's good. So if you like it too, you can get that. So this is something else that Joseph can have. This is a vegan muffin. No milk, no nuts, no eggs, no soy. And a lot of times it will say that, but I still check the ingredients because it say it may contain this or may have been, you know, have this where they were working. Now this says the ingredients are non-GMO flour, non-GMO sugar, non-GMO canola oil, and cocoa powder, which again, I don't like anything that has canola oil in it. I try not to eat anything with canola in it for myself or my animals, by the way. But this is the one thing that he can have that has a little bit of bad things in it. So I think out of all the stuff that he eats that's organic and it's whole foods, if he wants to have one of these every now and then as a mom, I'm perfectly okay with that, especially if I'm taking Asher to get ice cream or something like that, which we do once a week. So if it's that night, then I really want him to have something to enjoy as well. Let's see. It's made with sweet potatoes. So this has 31 grams of carb per serving. and there's 6 servings per container. So you can do the math. This is Abe's. They sell this again at Whole Foods, and I'm showing it to you upside down. So here you go. All right. If you like those, please let me know. So this is just for me because I love brown rice. It's one of the healthiest rices that you can eat. I don't do pasta. I don't do bread. I don't do tortillas. I don't do much mini crackers. So this is like my go-to if I'm feeling carby. And so I'll just have some brown rice and I'll stick some meat in it that I want to make, or, you know, beans or egg whites or something like that. So this was actually less than $4, and it's a huge container. Like, it's heavy. It's 1 pound, 14 ounces. So it says it's just good. It's perfect in 3 minutes, vegan, gluten-free, organic, non-GMO. And the only ingredients in this are organic whole grain brown rice and water. So there's not much in here that is bad for you. No extra preservatives or anything like that is my point. Okay. So I personally love chopped vegetables as a busy mom, business owner, you know, all of those things. I really love having chopped vegetables. They are a little more expensive. So if it's a tougher week for us financially, sometimes I won't get these. But if we're in a hurry and we're going to be hosting guests and I'm going to be cooking all weekend, because I'm not the type to not cook anymore. So I cook I cook every day. So I like to have these just to throw in. Sometimes even the frozen ones can have preservatives in them. So you really need to make sure that the frozen ones are clear of ingredients also. But these are organic peppers that are already chopped. There's some red onion in there. You can pretty much saute, you know, zucchini spirals, cauliflower, rice, or anything, and put this in it, plus some mushrooms and a meat, and you're good to go for a big family, or for, you know, guests that are coming over. And of course, season it well, because some people like cauliflower rice, some don't. So these are cauliflower sandwich thins made with fresh cauliflower, 2 grams of toast. I'm sorry, says carbs are toast. 2 grams of net carbs per serving, grain-free, gluten-free. You can use them for sandwiches, tacos, instead of wraps. We like to use them for burger alternatives. Robin's favorite food is a burger. So if I can cook a good burger with less, like hardly any fat in it, and cook it myself from just ground beef that's very lean, which I like to get at Trader Joe's, by the way. It's very cheap there for organic grass-fed beef. So I'm going to make him, you know, burger, put the things on here that he likes. Because these are low carbs, he can go ahead and have, you know, a couple swipes of mayonnaise or whatever he likes on his burger, which is pretty much anything. He just likes burgers. So these have 3 grams of carb per serving. Now, I don't go by net carbs. This says 2 grams net carbs. For diabetes, we go by total carbs, not net carbs. So total carbs is 3 grams. It has 5 grams of fat, and then it has calcium, iron, potassium, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D. So it has a whole bunch of things. The ingredients: whole cage-free liquid eggs, cauliflower, citric acid, which is, you know, it maintains color, which I don't love that that's in it. So, and besides that, burgers are like a rare thing in this house anyway. It's more like a treat, but you can put other things on it too, like taco meat and whatnot. So that's okay. The other thing that it has in it that we don't do a lot of is yeast. But overall, this is a good alternative to anything that you would use for bread. And you just keep them in the freezer. Robin's current favorite food is this. Our favorite find at a store right now is this, because Robin loves pasta. He is from New York, and when I met him, basically, he did a lot of the cooking for us, just because I was working like 16-hour shifts. I was an administrator of a new company, working 2 or 3 branches of a location at any given time, traveling every day out of the city. So he was doing a lot of the cooking. And so he was cooking a lot of pastas, and rice, which I had never eaten my whole life until I met him. And I was also 80 pounds lighter than I am now, which I've been losing weight. I'm down about 8 pounds, praise the Lord. So also had 6 miscarriages and 2 emergency C-sections. So we're getting there. I'm very proud of where I'm at today. But I did gain weight with the Robin cooking diet. and he did too. And so that's no one's fault, but he loves this because he still gets to have some type of lasagna. And he said it actually tastes really good. So this is keto lasagna, hearty vegetable, 12 grams net carbs, which I'll tell you the real carbs in a minute, 220 calories per entree, 14 grams of protein. So the total carbs is actually 15, but it has 3 grams of fiber in it, and it has 11 grams of added sugar. So 15 grams, if he's going to eat a meal, this would be his entire meal, or he could have something that had 0 carbs with it. It does have 11 grams of fat and 14 grams of protein, which is pretty good. And this is something that has, I can barely read the ingredients on this. It does contain milk and heavy cream, egg whites, things like that. Obviously mozzarella, tomato paste, which we don't do a lot of tomatoes in this house either. I can't have them and Robin can't have them, but this is a special treat. So if you're looking for a lasagna alternative on a keto or low carb diet, here you go. Or you're just trying to be healthier. Okay, this is Robin's second favorite thing from Whole Foods. It is Buffalo Ranch Burger. You will not hear me talk about a lot of my favorite foods because I pretty much eat plant-based. So the meals and things are mostly for him. Buffalo Ranch Burger, it is 10 grams total carbs, loaded with roasted cauliflower. It has a really nice sauce that Robin loves. 3 grams of fiber. It is 46 grams total fat. So there's a lot of different theories about eating fat. I personally stay away from it as a nurse and seeing what goes on with your arteries and being in open heart surgeries. I am not in love with a high fat diet. So I understand that there are some people that are. It's 46 grams total fat. That is more than I would ever eat in a meal. Like I'm talking 0 to 10 grams fat per meal for me, and that's max, but I also am fighting and trying to keep my gallbladder healthy. So it depends on what you're going after, but it is 10 grams of carbs. Sodium is a high, it's 1100 milligrams. So when Robin drinks this, he triples up on the water. If you don't know, nutritionists recommend that we drink half our body weight in ounces of water a day. So there you go. This is another thing that Robin loves, deviled egg salad. It has 3 grams total carbs, 230 calories, 1 gram of fiber, but he can just eat this and not feel bad about it at all. And it's very yummy if you like deviled eggs. And these are already pre-made, so it's really nice if you're trying to stick to a diet, but you don't have time to cook for work the night before. These are already pre-made meals. And these that I'm showing you are almost always there. They rotate through a few different meals, but these ones are constantly out at Whole Foods. So herb chicken is something else that he really likes and is able to enjoy if mommy is working and I can't cook. Robin doesn't cook anymore, by the way. It's all mommy. Okay. So it has 35 grams of protein, which is just awesome. 13 grams of total carbs, 16 grams total fat. So that's a little better. 3 grams of fiber, 5 grams total sugars. It's gluten-free and keto, of course. And I don't have anything to add. It has a little bit of iron, some calcium, and some potassium in it. So herb chicken. So you can find all 3 of those at your local Whole Foods. The other things that we really like to eat on keto or diabetic diet are these Parmesan crisps. They come in 4 cheese, sour cream, Parmesan, and just everything bagel in this original flavor. There's probably more, but these are the main ones that I see on the shelf. This is our favorite one. You can buy it in a little bit bigger of a bag. A serving size is 19 crisp, and there's only 160 calories. Now it is 11 grams of fat, but still for a cheese snack, like that's pretty low for a cheese snack. There are 5 servings per this container. This is the bigger bag, but I like to keep these in the car because like if we go to the gym and we work out and Robin's blood sugar is dropping, he can have this instead of grabbing, you know, let's stop and grab something real quick that's not processed and has yeast in it and acid, you know, lactic acid and lots of carbs. So instead, we just keep this in the car pretty regularly. We also keep Quest chips in the car, which I know are processed, but they're a protein alternative that Robin can grab if we're in a pinch because we're not perfect. So we like to keep those as well. This is just aged Parmesan cheese. cultured milk, salt, and enzymes, contains milk, 1 gram of carbs. So this also makes a really good late night snack because we like to sit and chill and watch Duck Dynasty at least 1 or 2 episodes before bed just to calm our minds, get our body out of the state of go, 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 and just ready to stop thinking about work and things and go to bed. So this makes a really good snack if you're just going to sit and watch a show before bed, which I'm always looking for good nighttime snacks because I am a nighttime snacker. That is one thing that I don't like to give up. And I think it's because I eat mostly plant-based, so I'm hungry every couple of hours. It used to be like chocolate every night or some type of dessert. I love desserts. I love salty things. I love sweet things. I love all the things. So I have really been replacing that with like dried watermelon, which I just make my own now, but you can buy it it's a Good and Gather brand. Which if you start buying dried watermelon at Target, I will warn you, you might become addicted, and it is usually sold out everywhere. So just make your own. It actually tastes more flavorful anyway. Okay, this is something that I like to snack on at night. I do like kale. But if you don't like kale, then you probably won't like this. But it is organic kale that is dried, and it has chipotle powder, which is my favorite powder. I can cook with chipotle, and I can figure out how to do it with every single meal. Now, it has that. So that was already a winner for me. Has sunflower seeds, which are high in vitamin E, by the way. So if your vitamin E is high, remember our fat soluble vitamins that don't dissolve by drinking water are A, D, E, and K. So if you're high in vitamin E, you might want to stay clear of sunflower oil. And some people who are high in vitamin E are those who take supplements typically that have vitamin E, and they take them on a daily basis. So be careful with that. This brand actually has watermelon slices. Says it right there. I wasn't aware that they had that. So they do have beet chips. I am intolerant to beet, so I do not get beet chips. But the other thing that they have are carrot sticks and broccoli bites. I don't like the broccoli bites that have Parmesan on them as much as I do the everything bagel. I do also recommend drying your own. So just invest in a dehydrator is my recommendation. We dehydrate everything all the time. And you can make stuff with so much less sodium, etc., if you dehydrate things on your own. But these broccoli bites are delicious. Like the everything bagel, I love these, and I'm not a fan of everything bagel seasoning. I know, don't shoot me. But these are good. These are good. This was my nighttime snack 2 nights ago while watching Duck Dynasty. Okay. They have a new show, by the way. It's called Duck Family Treasure. And then I showed you just the regular ones with sea salt. These are expensive. It's cheaper if you make them by yourself, but they're still worth it for how much time it takes to dehydrate everything. Okay, so again, these are for JoJo, but also if I'm craving a nighttime snack that is a little bit risky and a little bit sweet. This has 5 grams of sugar, 3 grams of protein, 17 grams of carbs, but it's gluten-free, kosher, vegan, and free of all type 9 allergens, including wheat, peanut, tree nuts, sesame, soy, eggs, fish, milk, and shellfish. So I love these. Love these. It's 4 servings per container. It's 150 calories per serving. And these are dangerous because I can eat the whole bag and then there goes 600 calories. So I have to just have a serving and then put the bag out of sight. Or just break them up into servings, but they're made with pea protein, rice flour, sweet potato flour, and tapioca starch. So that pretty much sums it up. Cinnamon, sea salt, sunflower oil, pretty much it. And these are delicious. After you eat them, you will smell like pancakes, which is nothing wrong with that at all. Those are my favorite snack for JoJo if we're on the go and I don't have, whole foods that I've mashed, pureed, chopped, cooked, whatever. This is something else that JoJo can have. It's grain-free, 6 grams of protein per serving. Grain-free, gluten-free, certified paleo, non-GMO, humanely raised cage-free eggs used in this. Protein from egg whites made with organic avocado oil. So these are Power Curls, Himalayan pink salt. I just love this brand. Like, honestly, I really do. Simple acts, clean snacks is what it says on the back. Let's see. Typically, if your ingredient list is very long, most of the time you probably shouldn't buy it. And there are those exceptions, but this is literally just has what it said on the front. Cassava flour, cage-free, non-GMO dried egg whites. You can dry egg whites. I like to dry things. I might have to see what that's about. Organic avocado oil, organic tapioca starch, and Himalayan salt contains eggs. So, okay. Something else I learned from a nurse practitioner friend is that just because you may be lactose free does not, or lactose intolerant does not mean you're intolerant to eggs, but you do need to do a test just to make sure. So we did in raw, and Joseph's not. Okay. Gluten-free, kosher, vegan, non-GMO, grain-free, made by that same sweet potato company, Sweet Potato Hot Fries. I love spicy, and at night when I'm craving carbs, I want spicy or I want sweet and with chocolate. These are really good. Trader Joe's has something I like that's peanut butter puffs covered in chocolate, but they're very low calorie. I don't know how they did that, but I like that they did that. Okay. These again, like I said, gluten-free, kosher, vegan, non-GMO, grain-free, dairy-free. So these do have yeast extract, which I do not prefer, but they're good if you want something spicy. So I keep them on hand so that I don't go out and buy taquitos because I will. Oh, these are the ones from Trader Joe's that I like. I just happen to have them as my snack when I'm working because you can have 16 pieces and it's 160 calories. So I like to have these before bed if I'm craving, ice cream or brownies or something. Very yummy. You can also get them on Amazon. Don't recommend getting them on Amazon because they come melted. Okay, that's all for today. I hope that this video has helped you be encouraged with new meal ideas to stay happy and healthy and take care of you and your family to the best of your abilities. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe and share this with your friends. Thanks for being here. I hope that you have a wonderful day and I bless you with health and peace in the name of Jesus. Goodbye.